Welcome, everyone, to a brand new series by Askewed Reviews. Everything Gets Reviewed, and this is episode 1. In this series, I will literally review anything and everything people suggest, from rubber bands to panda bears to the color purple or even the wind. Today's suggestion comes from Wildshape Productions, who I just so happen to know in real life. There is a particular treat I enjoy that nauseates them, so of course they wanted me to review it. I think this is just an attempt to get me to defend my position. So let's get to what I'm reviewing today. Bum 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 bum. Today I'm reviewing Circus Peanuts. Before I go over everything I learned about this candy confection, I actually have a trivia question for all of you that I will then answer at the end of this episode. What popular breakfast food wouldn't exist if it weren't for circus peanuts? Now, let's start at the beginning. Where did circus peanuts come from? That answer is actually a mystery. We do know that they originated in the late 1800s. Yet another question is, why are they shaped and named after peanuts that you could find at the circus, but not flavored or having anything to do with them? Also, no definitive answer. The theory, at least, is that circuses started to make them as another option, especially for children, to eat at their events. In the 1930s, circus peanuts became mass produced and sold in 5 and dime stores as unwrapped penny candies. Originally, they would only show up in the springtime, that is, until the 1940s. They were then sold year round, and instead of just being individual items, you would actually get a handful of them in a cellophane bag. There are some people that think that they originated in Pennsylvania, but that state is just one of the largest distributors. The other states that also mass distribute them are Ohio, Texas, and Wisconsin. There are actually quite a few different brands that produce circus peanuts. The most common ones are Spangler, which is believed to be the original mass manufacturer, Melster, and Brax. But there really are many others. And even though this is considered a retro candy, you can usually find this at quite a few different stores and locations, whether it's big box or even small general stores. Now it's time to talk about what these marshmallowy treats are made of. Sugar, corn syrup, gelatin, pectin, artificial flavors, and artificial colors. So obviously, nothing good. A lot of times they are actually made near other nut products, which, due to my dark sense of humor, I find it kind of funny that someone with a nut allergy could be affected by these because they are called peanuts, but of course they are not anything related to that. So for years, I have eaten this spongy orange treat, so I am well aware of what the texture and taste are. But did you happen to know what the flavor is? If you said orange, I wouldn't blame you. Nope, they are banana flavored. Supposedly, the flavor was just from a freak banana oil accident. This is, of course, that artificial banana flavor you would find in banana marshmallows, runts, or even Laffy Taffies. Here's something you may or may not be aware of. This ended up blowing my mind as I only discovered this within the past few weeks. There are other flavors. I honestly did not know this. So of course I went out and bought a bag to try all of them. Take that, Sydney. Not only did you get me to talk more about this, now I have other flavors to get you to try. As I mentioned earlier, and as I'm sure a vast majority of you probably already knew, the orange one is banana flavored. Now for the other ones, white is vanilla, yellow is lemon, and pink/red, depending on what you feel it is cherry. But apparently some companies flavor that one as fruit punch. I was not lucky enough to find that version, but after trying all of these, here is my ranking from best to worst. Orange is still the best, then yellow, then pink, and finally white. I didn't really dislike any of these flavors, but I will say the white and the pink ones were a little less flavorful. Now, as I went further down the circus peanut rabbit hole, I discovered some more things. Some interesting, some disturbing. There are apparently ones that are strawberries and cream flavored. I definitely have to try these. There are also holiday ones like Easter shaped, or Christmas ones that are peppermint flavored. There are even green, red, and white Christmas ones, However, they are apparently all peppermint flavored. This is one I wasn't expecting, but not too surprised by it. Freeze-dried circus peanuts. That's another one I have to try. Someone had a Circus Peanuts Jello salad recipe. You can even buy the molds and make your own version of the candy. It was also around this time that I then stumbled upon the Circus Peanut fandom. I found a shirt that at some point I need to get. Someone had actually made earrings. This one might be pretty deceptive. Those are actually soap. If you're feeling adventurous, you can get flavored cocktail syrup. And for those with an unhealthy attraction to Circus Peanuts, scented perfume. Also, speaking of unhealthy, and probably no surprise to anyone, Circus Peanuts can be bought in bulk. There is definitely such a thing as too much, in my opinion, and this way overexceeds that. Before giving my final review on this, let's talk about why some people don't like these or why they won't even try them. The obvious answer is the spongy texture. It could also be because they are comprised of lies. They look and are named after peanuts, but don't taste like them. Also, they are orange, but taste like banana. I know that some people won't try them because they think they taste or feel like packing peanuts. We may never truly know why some people love these and others absolutely hate them. But I do know this. Circus Peanuts are the number 3 most polarizing candy in the world. Actually, I just made that up. But it feels like that would be true. So when it comes to reviewing the candy Circus Peanuts, I do understand. There are people that don't like the texture and don't like the taste. I actually like both, but I will also say this. I could not just sit down and eat an entire bag in one sitting. I would get so sick. So, because of these reasons, I'm going to give Circus Peanuts a 3 out of 5. The only thing left to do now is to answer the trivia question from earlier. What popular breakfast food wouldn't exist if it weren't for Circus Peanuts? The answer is Lucky Charms. You see, in the early 60s, General Mills challenged a team of product developers to create a new and unique cereal. John Holohan was one of these developers, and he went to the store and bought some Cheerios. Then, after trying a mixture of a couple of different things, he cut up some circus peanuts, mixed them in, and Lucky Charms was born. Thank you for taking this journey with me. I hope it was a fun and fascinating first episode of Everything Gets Reviewed. If you think of something that I should do a review for, just let me know in the comments. When you want something reviewed, just reach out to Askewed Reviews.